Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Now today we're coming to you from Bike Shop Boksburg, and we thought, well, they've got quite an impressive range of secondhand motorcycles. We thought we'd try something else. So we thought, why not the three of us each choose a cruiser? But it has to be a cruiser for less than 120,000 Rand. And we thought we'd try a bunch of things to see which one is best. Three guys on vehicles, riding around, mucking about on television. Where have we seen that before? Anyway, sit tight. And with that, we got on with choosing something from Bike Shop's rather extensive collection. So these are the last two Suzuki Boulevards available in South Africa. They've been discontinued. These are the last two. Once these two are gone, that's it. And well, they're 255,000 Rand. I asked for 135,000 Rand discount so that I could use these in today's challenge, but they said no.
So the other thing that's really interesting on the floor is a couple of fat boys. Not these ones, those ones.
While Sean and I were mucking about, Glenn took a trip to Rivonia, where there's another bike shop.
I'm not sure why I came to this shop. There's not that many cruisers here.
And finally, the choices were made.
So after perusing the wares in the store, I'm actually quite amazed to discover how much good stock is available in our price range. And I've come in substantially under 120 grand, and I had to choose the XR1200X. It's based on that famous 750 Harley-Davidson flat tracker from before I was born. And I mean, just have a look at this. 1200cc V-twin engine, Harley-Davidson makes them like it. Full Vance & Hines kits. I'm very keen to see what the boys are going to choose, and I wonder how they're going to compare with this one.
My choice today is this 2009 Triumph Speedmaster. What's lekker about this bike, it's got the low down torque that you expect from a lekker parallel twin. It's an 865cc. It's electronic fuel injection. It's air cooled. I think I did say that, but it is air cooled. So really simple bike, easy to maintain, easy to look after. 18-inch front wheel, twin discs on the front. I think they're 310 mils. You've got a 15-inch out back, so it gives it a lekker sort of cruiser stance to it. Beautiful brown seat, this blue and silver, really nice looking bike. When it comes to custom bikes, yeah, you can go the big cruiser American way, but I like British, and this is just the epitome of absolute cool. Easy riding, relaxed sitting position, and at 865 cc's, I think it's going to have plenty power as well. I'm going to have a huge amount of fun in this today.
Right, and I've chosen this. This is a Honda VT1300C. And if you're not really sure what this is, that's because these weren't on sale for very long. Not that many were sold. And as far as I'm concerned, that makes it a bit of a collector's item. Or at least one day it will be. Of course, this thing comes from 2010. Those are the days when Orange County Choppers was the biggest thing on TV and custom bikes were all the rage. So Honda thought, let's dig in on that. And they brought out a custom motorcycle, but standard. It's got a 1300cc V-twin motor, air-cooled as is traditional, 74 horsepower, 129 Nm of torque. And as far as I'm concerned, it looks absolutely fabulous. I can't wait to ride it. And with that, we took to the road and got our first taste of what we had chosen.
Seriously, I was expecting this thing to be awful. I thought it was going to be like, that's a chopper, right? It's a custom chopper. Custom choppers are notoriously awful to ride, that is. To look, they're all about looking good and all of that, and rider comfort and all of that mean nothing whatsoever. Yeah, but this is Honda. Honda does things differently. So what they've got instead is a seat that's nice and comfortable in a relatively easygoing chopper kind of position. Not too bad, feet not too forward, handlebars a bit back but enough upright. And you can sit here all kind of day. The other nice thing is this motor. It's not exactly powerful, but it feels like a cruiser motor, if that makes sense. You ever thought, you listen to that, It growls, it gargles, it snarls. It doesn't move forward very quickly, but it growls and snarls and hits a whole lot of torque through your system. And that's what you want on a bike like this. Apart from that, the brakes are fantastic, the gearbox is fantastic, it's smooth, it's comfortable, it's 100% Honda. And that's a problem. Because you see, when somebody goes, oh, what chopper is that? If you say Harley-Davidson, it's cool. Even Triumph, it's cool. Ducati, you know, all of that, they sound cool. But Honda, my grandmother drives a Honda. They're just not cool. And that is why you don't really see Honda written anywhere on this bike. Honda was clever about that. Other small problems, there's a whole lot of beautiful chrome on the engine, but whatever you do, do not let anybody get too close and do not let them touch it, because if they tap their fingernails on it, they'll discover that a lot of it is actually plastic. The other thing is that there's not much ground clearance, and what's protecting the bottom of the motor from the ground is in fact the oil filter. So if you scrape it too much, you kind of take the oil filter off, and then that's not good. But apart from that, this bike is lovely in every way.
So this little Speedmaster is the smallest bike on this test. The first thing I noticed, it's quiet, it's smooth. It's actually got quite a buttery smooth gearbox. So gear changes are they're really, it's just such a pleasure. Really comfortable riding position, handlebars are the right sort of width apart, shoulders are nice and relaxed, the rider triangle, my knees, my feet. Everything is really nice about it. The engine is responsive. It's only a 5-speed gearbox. Little 865cc engine, parallel twin. Get on the gas and she accelerates away like you cannot believe. Those big twin 310mm rotors up front, when I grab a handful of anchor, it stops. There are one or two things that I do miss. Every now and then I look for a rev counter. It doesn't have one of those. It's a fun bike to ride. This is the type of bike I don't think I would get bored riding down a straight freeway for hours on end, heading down to Bloemfontein or Cape Town or down to Durban or Margate or one of those places. It's just such a lekker bike.
Harley-Davidson XR1200X. I'm pretty glad I chose this bike because A, it's quite unusual, B, it's a little head turner. It's heavy, no one can take that away. Think Anvil, you think Harley-Davidson. It's an immersive motorcycle. It's got the old engine, and that is rubber mounted, and it just vibrates and shakes and rattles, and you know that something's up. I'll tell you straight that when you come to a stop street like this and you stop and you have a look, the vibes are not so cool. It really does shake you a lot. But the moment you open the throttle, this lazy long stroke motor just, it's like having a big muscle up behind you. It just pushes you down the road. Absolutely fantastic. And the nicest thing of the lot is on some bikes, you're in 4th or 5th gear, you open the throttle and it just takes off, boom. This is lazy is the word. If you want to get your hustle on, you need to kick it down a gear, and that's such a cool feeling on a bike like this. Vance and Hines pipes, I expected my ears to be blown away, but they're actually pretty cool. They match the bike completely. Great choice, I'm glad I chose it. Sean laughed at me when I went and picked it out from Bike Shop Livonia. He said, we'll talk later, you're going to be stiff. It's comfortable, it's quick, it's got a firm seat, and above all, it's a little head turner.
And now we had to get on with finding out whose bike is best. And Glenn, riding a bike based on a race bike, thought it would be a good idea to go to a racetrack. Midval Racetrack.
It's quite funny because of the 3 motorcycles for the day, this is the only one that doesn't scrape pipes everywhere. And although I know for sure both of the other lads are faster than me, for sure, no question, I'm no good on a track, I actually think I've kicked their lily white asses today. I'm going to say it again, if I had bought this bike, or
at the price, I'd be super happy. This thing is so much fun. This bike's forgiving. It's heavy. We're not gonna lie. It's a chunk of American iron, boy, but man, it handles surprisingly well with its long chassis, good suspension, and I'll have a look and see what tires are on now, but no complaints there either. A barrel more fun than a barrel of frogs.
Sean on the little Triumph was having a surprisingly good time too.
We've probably done about 30 or 40 laps, and by now I would have expected the brakes to start boiling and fading on me. I would have expected the suspension to start giving me grief as well, start overheating on the oil and etc. But the oil is actually, the suspension is actually fine. The brakes are fine. It's a low slung bike, so yeah, you can't go in aggressively. But all the lumps and bumps, Midval is quite a bumpy track, so you just have to be cognizant of all the bumps and stuff like that. But it is a fair representation of what our roads are actually like. So this bike's suspension doesn't jolt you through the kidneys if it hits a bump or an unexpected divot in the road. You do feel it, make no mistake, but it is exceptionally, it soaks up. It's exceptionally smooth through the bumps. It soaks up really nicely. But where this bike really shines, it is a very relaxed riding motorcycle, but it is still actually quite fast for what it is. You're looking at a parallel twin air-cooled electronic fuel injection though, and it's fantastic. It really is.
And then there was me on the Honda.
This bike is longer than your grandfather's walk to school in the snow. I'm telling you. It's like trying to take an oil tanker around a speedboat track. It just wants to go wide. And then when you try and lean more, it just scrapes on the floor. However, the motor on this thing is fantastic. Listen. Oh, it's amazing. It's not fast, but it just feels right. Everything feels good. It feels burnt, gives you a gurgling feeling. It snarls. It's got torque for days. It goes from the lowest res. And then, when you get to the corner, you shut off, you chase down, and there you go, it snarls and it crackles and it does everything. And then you get to a corner again and
Welcome back. With my underwear solidly soiled from our Midval antics, we made our way to Formula K circuit. Not because we wanted to ride around a go-kart track, but because they have a long, empty straight. Obviously we had to do a drag race.
I got the biggest motor here. That's got to count for something. Okay, I'm losing quite badly. And I lost that quite badly. That's a bit embarrassing. I don't know quite what to say. I think I might just run away very quickly.
After a bit of a strop, I declared that it was time to head back to Bike Shop Boxburg. Anyway, so there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. 3 cruisers for under 120,000 Rand. But of course, we need to tally up which is best. So we've got this highly budgeted board.
Very scientific.
Very scientific with this great board of ours. As you can see, we spent a fortune on it. Then we got the fuel economy, all right? And so interestingly, you've got the smallest motor, right? Should use this least amount of fuel, right? What was your fuel consumption?
I can't remember.
It was 16 kilometers
No, it
per
wasn't.
litre.
That's
Yeah,
not
it
bad.
was.
16 k's per
16,
litre.
not bad.
On an old
So
bike.
Glenn, your big
That's better than my
1200.
British car.
Yeah.
Glenn, your big 1200, what was that?
I haven't got a clue. You did the maths.
19 kilometers per litre.
That's fantastic.
Not
I'm going to
bad,
tell you
eh?
why.
Not
That engine
bad.
goes doo,
However,
It's fun.
the big Honda 1300cc, 20 kilometers per liter.
No way.
So I'm going to take
Seriously?
that one. It is
Wow.
3,000 for me. For
That
coming
Honda
first.
is longer and bigger than my house.
2,000 for Glenn for coming second. 1,000 for the loser with a small motor.
Okay.
Okay, but just
Oh,
to
it's a
tell,
small motor, sorry.
we're going to tally up now. Glenn is leading so far. He's on 11,000
By
points.
miles, once again.
Sean and I are tied on 6,000 points, which just brings us down to the last thing. Price.
Yes.
So we had a limit of 120,000 rand. What we're going to do is we're going to allocate 1 point for every rand under the 120,000. Okay,
Oh,
Glenn, you're
yeah.
leading. How much was yours?
How many points per rand?
1 point per rand.
My bike costs 89,950 rand.
No, 9,900.
I'm gonna. Okay, we're in this game we tally up, so we're gonna be
90.
90. So that's 30,000 points.
30,000.
Per, so it's 89,000.
That's 30,000 if anyone
That's
asks.
89,900.
Mine. Okay, so I'm 5,000 points behind you.
Yeah.
My bike needs to cost 5,000 less than yours in order to catch you, and mine also costs 90.
Oh, good. I'm still ahead
Rand.
of Donovan. It's not difficult.
That says 30,000.
However,
Okay, the last thing now. Okay, once again, you are 5,000 points behind. If your bike costs 5,000 rand less than Glenn's, what's your price?
A paltry 79,900. So call it 80k. So 40,000 points, brother.
40,000 points. Oh my goodness me. That says 40,000.
I think he cheated again.
Yeah, he
I don't know
cheated.
how. He cheated again.
So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have to conclude that if you want to buy a second-hand cruiser for less than 120,000 rand, your best bet is a parallel twin, small capacity, Triumph Speedmaster.
But it is. It's the
Kill
most
me.
comfortable.
Kill me.
All right.
I want to just throw something in there. It's the first time I've kind of looked at bikes in this kind of budget, and I'm super impressed at how much is actually available on the market.
Okay, and I'm gonna hold one. Okay, if you were to choose a bike to buy between all three, which one would it be?
The Speedmaster. All day long.
Speedmaster.
It's comfortable. It handles well. The brakes are great. It's not, if you ride it responsibly, it's fairly light on fuel.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
If you ride it responsibly, Donovan.
Glenn, if you were to buy one,
Well, I guess the answer would have to be, I would very probably stick with my Harley, because I bought it mostly, and it's an emotional buy on the looks and the. I mean, it really does have a lot of holding.
that flat
those,
tracker,
the
oh.
flat tracker, those beautiful Vance and Hines pipes, and
That's
I
nice.
knew what I was in for. And you know, Sean initially laughed at me, he said, "You're going to hate life." I disagree. I enjoyed every second of it. So my practical, sensible brain tells me, of the three, I would probably buy the Triumph,
yeah.
but I could happily live with that Harley every day of the month. It
You
was
know what?
fantastic.
You know what's interesting? I agree.
Yeah.
I would buy the Harley also.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely, I'd buy the Harley. So, ladies and gentlemen, ignore this. Don't buy a bloody Triumph Speedmaster. Buy a Harley-Davidson
They know nothing.
XR1200.
They know nothing.
Anyway, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to Bike Shop Boxburg for having us here, Bike Shop Rivonia for lending us their Harley. Just a quick one. So these bikes are 15, 16 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did they feel 15 or
Not a
16
chance.
years old?
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah.
They felt. I mean, they felt pretty much brand new.
Yeah.
They were bloody.
You know,
excellent.
Don, with any motorcycle, new or used, you eventually find little isms that you're not completely happy with.
Yeah.
And if I were unhappy about something, it's just because of the age of the bike. Since then, they've come a long way.
Yeah.
But in terms of what it was for the time compared to now, fantastic motorbike. It's in
fantastic.
perfect condition.
So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again next week.